Hey guys, Lord Nick here, bringing you another League of Legends related video. In this video, I want to talk about meta. Um, what's Riot doing for this meta? Is it healthy? Is this season going to be the best season, the worst season, or is it just another kind of meh season? And so to start it all off, what is this meta? So currently, there is only one thing that is really remaining the same in this meta, that has remained the same for this season and even the last bits of last season. That is going to be your shield and heal supports. They are the only thing that is constant in this damn meta. And the irony is that I am now showing you a video where neither of those things, none of that statement is true. Because I'm playing Veigar support in this game, and I'm up against a Sion support. That being said, Veigar and champions like him that are these high burst mages are finding themselves more shifted to a support role opposed to being the mid lane carries now. Riot is making a huge shift for nerfing mages. This last patch was the big start, if not the maybe the only big thing they're going to do to it, but you never know. But for now, we know for a fact that they have nerfed mages by somewhat gimping them. And the way of doing that is making their mana not as good. For y'all that don't know, they changed how Doran's Ring works, and they changed base regens for a lot of champions, which is usually has been seen as a buff, but overall it's really been an overall big nerf because Doran's Ring helped you really sustain in lane, and now they just boost your mana regen a little bit, but you really have to be more conservative with it and play a different style than you've been playing for the past, I don't know, 5 seasons. And their big reasoning for this is that they want to give assassins a chance, and there's some big things that are going to be happening with assassins soon. The biggest thing that's happening is that crit ADCs are no longer going to be really a thing. And those that are going to be playing kind of differently than other ones, because crit's not going to be in every item. There's going to be different build paths now, and Riot's really trying to work through that. Even the big crit item, Infinity Edge, is getting massively overhauled. You're no longer getting 250% damage on crit chance. You are no longer getting this big damage buff. You are getting 200% damage on crit chance like you are supposed to without IE. And guess what? It now does some other effect when you crit. It's kind of cool, but overall it's a big kind of nerf to a lot of crit based ADCs, kind of like Jhin and some of these other ones that have been building it for a while. So guess what? It's overall, as much as it could be seen as a buff, it is also going to be kind of a nerf for ADCs for a while. They're going to have to relearn their builds, going to have to relearn how they're going to play. It's overall going to be hectic and a nuisance, and it's really kind of a demeaning thing because Riot is constantly changing and nerfing ADCs. We really constantly see a big, we don't like ADCs doing this, we don't like ADCs doing this. So like, for instance, Ninja Tabbies was the one who really made me realize that Riot just hates the ADC role. Ninja Tabbies did not get nerfed because they were overpowered for everyone. They got nerfed because ADCs could survive assassins by getting Ninja Tabbies, which I found is a bullshit reason to nerf Ninja Tabbies. Yes, that is the reason my ADC was doing it, but guess what? It didn't save me every game from an assassin. A Zed getting fed meant Zed got fed, and my Ninja Tabbies aren't going to really do much for my ass other than waste my gold on Ninja Tabbies. You know, because, yeah, cool, they reduce his damage some, but it really took me getting, like, Death's Dance or a Phantom Dancer or something that helps reduce his damage to really survive an Assassin still. Ninja Tabbies were a good step to, you know, surviving that early game if he's not fed, but if he did get fed, then Ninja Tabbies wasn't going to do much. Other than maybe stop him from getting more fed. But I digress. You know, what is the big, goal Riot is setting out? They are wanting Assassin to be back in the meta so that we get more flashy plays and stuff. And my big reasoning for thinking why they're doing this is they want LCS to look big and flashy again. Because if you haven't been watching LCS for the past couple of seasons, that's probably the reason. It's not, I'm not going to say, hey, go ahead and, start watching it again and realize, hey, yeah, it's no longer big and flashy. No, it's, people are playing safer now. They're playing, these comps that are all about scaling to late game. Early game isn't as, monstrative, and there's a couple teams that do this big, push for snowballing in the early game and working as a team for team fights and getting in these hectic, awesome, cool looking fights, which is why the Unicorns is loved so much. But, there's not a lot of them anymore. It's really turned into who can play the safer role until your carries get out of control and just, wreck the opposing team. and that's not always as fun to watch. So I think Riot's really kind of shifting it to this assassin flashy meta just to try to make it look flashy and fun, and cultivate this big old hit that like, look, Riot's made the game so much fun to watch again. But they are ultimately sacrificing a huge portion of fun for their player base as well. And I'm not saying that it's not fun to play Assassins. If anything, I get a huge kick out of playing Assassins. I don't play them ever because I don't like the playstyle really, but it's still, it feels very rewarding. It's very nice feeling you get from just instant bursting somebody down. You just feel powerful and like a god, and then you just yell at them, Thundercats go, or something, demeaning to them when they're just like, why is this crazy ass fucker, the person that's destroying me. Maybe that doesn't happen to you guys, but sometimes it happens to me. But it's never a good thing. Assassin metas, by me saying assassin metas are never a good thing, they're also always a good thing. Yeah, that's a contradiction. It can't always be a good thing and always be a bad thing, but it is. It's both. It's always a good thing because it's always one of the more diverse metas that we get. You always see assassins. You always see tanks. You always see bruisers. You always see ADCs. You always see mages, supports. Like, you can play basically everything. This game kind of proves that. There's one assassin in this game, but like everybody else is getting to do whatever they really want to do and getting to kind of put their own flair on it. And then my team just kind of took it over. And that's a big shift for what this meta is going to be doing, is giving more versatility to what we're going to see in this meta, which is cool. What it's also going to do is cause a lot more flaming and a lot more hate and a lot more just overall negativity in the game, because there is a direct correlation with assassin metas and negativity in League of Legends. Reason why, I don't know about you, I personally do not like getting 100 to 0'd by a freaking Zed who just decided to kill our Silver 2 mid lane, who some reasons in my plat promotion games, because every now and then there's a leak in the freaking, there's some type of kink in the system, and all of a sudden this Silver 2 ends up in the wrong elo in the wrong neighborhood and getting himself shot in the head numerous times by the Zed Shuriken. And then guess what? Me as an ADC, or me as a tank, or me as the jungler can't really do much to save him, because guess what? This Zed is not even using his shadow to go in. He's just throwing a shuriken here or there, and then over time, my, defenseless Ahri decides, I'm strong enough now, I have level 6, I can fight this Zed, and charges in, and then all of a sudden misses charm, and guess what? Zed just goes, boop, and there goes my Ahri. That's not fun. It's very much not fun just to see him just like, I dodged your abilities, and now I auto-attack you once, and because I just went invisible with my ultimate, the entirety of your HP no longer exists. You are now dead. Welcome to Zed. That's not fun. And guess what? That Ahri isn't going to just be like, oh, yep, it's totally me, guys. I just don't know how to play against Zed. It's unfortunate. No, that's... What world do you live in that actually happens? I've seen it twice, maybe in my entire 8-9 years of playing League of Legends, that somebody actually takes, responsibility for the actions that they made and chose. Even I don't do that all the time. It's always my support's fault. Have you never played ADC? It's always the support's fault. But we have to realize that, when bringing assassins into us, yeah, we're going to get flashy plays, and those people that play assassins are going to be feeling powerful and awesome, and then you get to play whatever you want to play. But if there's an assassin and you're not playing it, it's not going to feel good when he kills you, and that's going to bring negativity to the game. So there's always a downside to assassin metas. It doesn't matter what the upside is. There's more diverse champion picks, there's champions we haven't seen in a while, there's more flashy plays, the LCS looks grand and amazing, but is that really worth it to sacrifice player happiness overall just for a few players who don't really get happy playing assassins, that feel and it's not even that they're not happy playing assassins. I know many Master Yi or one tricks and mains that still love playing Master Yi when it's not an assassin meta, and they do well with it. It's just that, now Mr. I'm a Yasuo main 99 over here, who never played Yasuo in his life, can now go in and just be like, look at me, I delete the ADC, and they feel good about themselves. And then, that ADC that's on my team when I'm playing Veigar support blames me because I'm Veigar support, and it's obviously Veigar support's fault. It has nothing to do with ADC deciding to run up into River to ward when the support already warded. for an excuse to try to go fight this, new Yasuo main and try to beat him up. And all of a sudden, it's support for not being there and warding and telling him, hey, back off 18 times because 17 times was not enough. You need 18 times. Um, but like overall, on a serious note, is this meta healthy? Ultimately, yes and no. It is. It is both. It is. It is everything and nothing. It is the best of times. It is the worst of times. It is going to be an interesting meta, that is for sure. If we could just get rid of these damn shield and heal supports, I think we would have ourselves a really good game. Um, but do I think that Riot's, and to finish up on my final point, do I think that Riot changing things from being a, hey, we kind of nerf things from time to time, to being on this direct schedule of this patch is small, this patch is large, this patch is small, this patch is large? No, I don't think that's a good thing. I think all it's going to do is it's going to make a very hard metagame for people to map out and play, which is cool for skilled players. It's going to give us a better chance to maybe be able to do things, and Riot's already implementing for skilled players to be able to carry a team by taking away overall team gold from shutdowns, taking away first tower gold as much, like experience on kills. I mean, overall, it's getting more of this, I'm ahead, I'm winning it for my team, opposed to Mr. Guy losing over here is going to lose. The guy over here that doesn't know how to play his champion, Yasuo main 99, i.e., is not going to cost our team the game as much. Uh, so it's going to be interesting. That's the best I can really put it. I don't think it's going to be a healthy meta, but what do I know? I'm just a gold scrub. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the humor that I tried to put into it and some of my explanations I tried to put into it. I know I kind of rant and go on tangents, and I do apologize for that, and I'm going to try to work on that in future videos. This is really kind of my reintroduction to getting back into making a video, and I'm going to try to do it at least once every other day if I can. It really depends on how I feel and if I feel there's anything to really talk about. If you guys you can subscribe down below and get me in for whatever videos I do decide to make. You can also follow me on my Twitch, which I'll put in the description, along with my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. Though I use none of those very often, I see other people doing it, and I might as well do it too, I guess. But then again, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you all have yourself a very wonderful day.